What up, everybody? See, the YouTube algorithm hasn't gone out. They haven't notified y'all yet. Come on, YouTube. What's up, y'all? Man, there's some bullshit going on, y'all. We got to talk about it. What up, what up? Who was that, Liv P? Joe? SP Love? William? What up, Will? Master Splinter, you with the bullshit. Black and Silver, what up? Come on in, y'all. Man, y'all rolling in fast. Here we go. What is that? AG Bird. Ryan Eichman. I think I got that right. Come on in, y'all. What is going on? We got to talk about some things. Woo. It's been a minute. It's been a little over a week since I did the last one. For some reason, everybody seemed to like that last one. I guess you like my cupcake recipe. We're gonna talk more about them cupcakes. Them cupcakes, them cupcakes, they went a little viral. But they may leave you, they may give you a little indigestion. So we're gonna talk about some of the side effects of those cupcakes today. I said to eat at your own risk. I did say that. Right before I read the ingredients, I said, eat at your own risk. So don't come back at me when your stomach is feeling all fucked up. But man, from that last video, it got shared quite a bit. I hope you guys went and looked up the patent. Please say you did. A lot of people said you found the patent that I gave in the last video for the ingredients for the cupcakes. So if you want to know that patent, go back and watch the last video that I did. And it's at the patent office. John Johnson, appreciate you, brother. So that patent is at the U.S. Patent Office. So you can go there. So again, when I went, they was hiding it. After I gave the patent to a lot of people, everybody went to the patent office, they found it. So it's there. You guys go check it out. But that's the ingredients to the cupcakes that I'm gonna read that might have a little bit of side effects of the cupcake. We're gonna talk about that today. Just a little side effect. Just a little bit, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. So, from that last video, we got quite a few subscribers actually from that last one. And so, welcome to the new subscribers. What's going on? Everybody come on in to the house. Walk on in, wipe your feet off, before you actually take your shoes off. I don't allow shoes on in my house. Who was that? What up, Will? Appreciate you, brother. I don't allow shoes in my house. None of y'all should. You shouldn't track outside crap on into your house. So if you're new here, welcome. But then there was a lot of people who were new here, who didn't understand house rules, who started talking before you understood the house rules. The house rules is Kev disseminates information the way it's channeled through the universe. So however way I talk, however way I say it, whether I talk like this, or whether I say, hey, my nigga, what's up? That's the universe spreading it. Who is that? Nerva, appreciate you. That's how the universe is sending it. So don't come in here and be like, why you say nigga all the time? Huh? Why you got to say nigga? I would share this with my family, but you say nigga too much. Well, we're going to talk about that. My channel is called Real Noggins, so you better do some research before you come in here and start subscribing and talking about who you following. But it's called Real Noggins. We're going to talk about that later on today. But like I say, I do welcome everybody into the house. All new people are welcome. Just don't come in here trying to tell me where to put my damn furniture. You understand? That ain't how it go. I don't do that. So, have you been seeing what's up with the planned war the cancellation of Russia. Have you guys been seeing that shit? We talked about it. Why it's happening? And all of that, most of that stuff is coming to surface and within the last week or so. So there's been quite a few videos coming out because there was a lot of backlash coming out saying there. First of all, there was a lot of information saying that. Who was that? Oh, Kimberly Bell. I love you, girl. Thank you. There was a lot of information coming out saying that some of the facilities that were being hit over in Ukraine were biolabs, right? And so that was, oh no, that's a conspiracy theory. What you talking about? It's the government. That's conspiracy theory. Man, what you talking about, man? Don't be listening to that bullshit. That's conspiracy theory. Hey, don't listen to that. No, hey, we ain't got no biolab. Oh, and then comes out, all of this 50 million fact checkers comes out. There's no biolabs. There's no biolabs in Ukraine. America doesn't have. So then they go on they hold a Senate meeting, and they were asking one of the head of the, I forgot where her position is. She's like something head to liaison to Ukraine. And so Rubio asked her, do we have any biolabs over in Ukraine? And she was like, well, we, we don't necessarily own the biolabs. Who was that? Mahari, appreciate you. Mahari John, appreciate you. We don't necessarily own the biolab. Own is a strong word. We may fund some of the facilities. They're not necessarily biolab. They're they're bio research. They're bio research facilities. Not bio research facilities. Let's just categorize it as that. Biolab, that's so harsh. Research facility. So came out, it was some bullshit. Everything that they said, yes, these niggas got 26 biolabs over there, funded by the U.S. military. That was something that's public. You can check. That's a public information. YouTube, it's public information. So yes, they were funded. These were labs that were funded. Now they're bio research facilities, according to the government. They're bio research facilities, not bio labs, weapon lab. Now saying that whatever was created in there could be used more so for defensive capabilities. Not offense. We ain't creating only defense. We only creating shit in there for defense. What? Then she went on to say that they had got compromised. Those facilities were compromised, and they didn't secure the products or the shit that was in the facility. Meaning Russia came up on that, came up on a nice come up on the biochemical research, which they call bio research, which we know what it is. So Russia had a big nice come up when they raided those biolabs. They bombed a lot, but they also raided a couple of them, and they got all the stuff that was in there. And America's worried about that shit. So that was some real shit, fact checkers. That was absolutely real. So that's just one of the things. So the main reason that this whole shit is going on, and this shit started back in like 2008 when your boy Obeezy got into office. There became a big push from NATO, which was called NATO expansion, right? NATO wanted to expand and spread democracy. We want to spread democracy to the rest of the European states, European countries. So they are basically, in modern terms, it's just government world takeover. You're taking over countries. When you say we want to spread our philosophy in other countries, like, what, nigga, don't force your shit on me. Nigga, you keep that shit over there. If you try to force your ideas and philosophies on me, then that's an invasion. Now, you may not do it militarily, but you are invading with ideas and other ways that they get in, money and financial terrorism and all the rest of that shit. you know, come in and psychological warfare and propaganda and all that. That's warfare. It's not, they're not pulling weapons, but it's psychological warfare. So in 2008, Obama and them began a giant push to get for what's called NATO expansion. Now y'all know NATO is really America, pretty much, and America and Germany, because the biggest company, I mean the biggest country in Europe is Germany, right? So especially in NATO. So and not as far as land mass, but you know, money and power is the biggest country is Germany, second, right? So who is German? Who's the biggest German we know right now? Klaus. What's your boy name? Yeah, if y'all didn't see what was on the thumbnail, we're gonna talk about this today. This your boy Klaus Schwab, writer of this book right here, right? I'm not gonna say it out loud, but you see what it is, right? Now, he's German. This nigga is right out of the goddamn Raiders of the Lost Ark first movie. That nigga is straight German evil character, right? Yeah, just Germany. So back then they didn't want Germany to be seen as the leader in NATO pushing for expansion in Europe. Obviously, you understand why, because of the history that they got with, you know, with the war and all that, with the, you know, with the Holocaust and shit. So they was like, nah, we ain't doing that. So really, because it is, they're trying to act like it's America, right? But Klaus Schwab, being the head of the World Economic Forum, which is really the vehicle that they're using to push globalization, which is another word, the main term that they transfer one world order, they just packaged it in this, you know, this nice, neat little thing called globalization. And then they're trying to push that on the rest of the world. You know, we all need to be connected. We're all one. We're a global family. You know, we're seeing, look at us. This color doesn't matter, and it doesn't. But you know, this is the shit they push, and it doesn't matter. We're all one people, one globe, one world. So this is the push. That is the push that they're coming with, right? And so World Economic Forum, when they got, you know, they make it seem like they're doing something magnanimous for the world, but it's not. The World Economic Forum is basically a giant corporation that's headed by the heads of all the top corporations in the world. Not all of them. Some of them are not in there. You got a few of them that are not in there, but most of the top corporations, in the world, their CEOs are part of either on the board of trustees or or the board or the main board. And so this is the vehicle that they're using to push this one world order or globalization. So in 2008, so you got two ideologies. You got the old world ideology of the balance of power, which means you got a big gun, I got a big gun, which ensures neither one of us gonna shoot off our big gun. You stay over there, I stay over here, we good, my nigga. As long as you don't point that gun at me, I ain't gonna point my gun at you. Word, all right, deal. Then you got the new philosophy, again, which is this one world, the globalization plan, which they've been planning for, 100 years now. Now it's in mad full effect. They've been planning this phase of it for the last 20 years. So now we're pushing, right? Got Obama in there to try to get in there to try to push and spread NATO around. And again, it's called NATO expansion. And a lot of these motherfuckers are against the NATO expansion. But they were pushing this shit. And so Putin is like, nigga, what are you doing? And basically NATO expansion was they were trying to bring this is where you got the Crimea crisis, right? In 2013, you had the crisis in Crimea where they were trying to make a deal. They were trying to get Crimea or make a deal with Crimea, the NATO was, and trying to get into Crimea. And Putin was like, nah, nigga, y'all not doing that. No, Crimea, and again, what y'all don't understand is when NATO goes anywhere, the agreement says that they get to put troops wherever NATO is established, whatever country NATO is established, which mostly means like Americans, right? So, as well as the other countries, but America got the more of the troops than anybody. So they're going to be stationing troops on the borders of these countries, which border Russia. And Russia's like, look, dude, y'all, like, nigga, y'all tripping. Y'all want to fucking put niggas on our border when y'all know that we ain't been on the up and up for, for the longest time, for, since damn near since the beginning. We've been on some contentious back and forth, shit. And now you want to put troops on my border? Nah, homie, that's not popping off. So when Crimea pushed their line and tried to join NATO, Putin went in there and was like, nope, nigga. Well, Putin didn't even go in there. They had troops already established there because of a deal. They had some type of like leasing deal that they had with Crimea. So it was already troops there. So they were stupid for doing that. They just basically told his troops that were in Crimea to start smashing. And then he sent more troops in there. And then they basically took over Crimea. Crimea agreed to join Russia. So then they failed on that one. Right. And so that was the Crimea. That was the Crimea thing. That was before that. Now in 2014, where the coup happened in Ukraine. Sorry. So that was Crimea before 2014. The 2014 is when the coup started to happen. So in 2014, right actually before that, the NATO offered the head of Ukraine, the president of Ukraine, offered him a deal. He was like, yo, let's hook this up so you can kind of, they were trying to basically, they're inching them to try to move into NATO. And then he denied the deal, right? And so then basically you probably got the intelligence agencies started to drum up some internal strife with the citizens. So they started to protest and have all this protesting at the Capitol, wherever the Ukrainian is. They started to, and then shit started to jump off, right? Then you got the military pushing back. You got the protesters, they wilding off. Whoever incited them to start wilding off against, because they wanted to join. They were acting like they wanted to join NATO. So then the president, I forgot his name, starts with a Y. I forgot his name. You can look his name up. 2014. So basically, he killed the gang of citizens, and then he had to bounce. So this is called the coup. The coup was initiated by who? The U.S. been trying to get in there for the longest. There's a professor from University of Chicago who gave a lecture, an hour lecture about 7 years ago, on how America was going to be all the trouble over there was America's fault, and if anything popped off in Ukraine, it was going to be America that pushed Ukraine to do it. So as you see. They got the government, they got the coup, they got the dude who denied, he turned down the NATO deal. Are you gonna turn the deal down? They got him out of there and then instituted a government that's favorable to America. Why? Because and you say, why is America over in Ukraine? It doesn't seem like it's really strategical. It's important to us because you see they had those labs over there, but also Ukraine is supposed to be sitting on some untapped oil reserves that they can't get out of the ground themselves. Which is also why Putin wanted it. Putin want that shit too. So that's the major thing going over in Ukraine. They trying to get at them oil reserves under there because America is trying to get more dependent or independent of Russian oil. So they have to find different oil and also Saudi oil. So they're trying to get independent from Saudi oil and Russian oil, which means they got to find other oil resources, which Ukraine is sitting on some, but they can't lift it themselves. But America can't go in there because Putin wanted Ukraine to stay neutral. He was like, look, nigga, all right, you ain't joining NATO. You ain't got to join us, but you're going to be neutral. And they like, all right, yeah, whatever. Now you see, they got the old dude out, instituted this new government with this actor who's basically literally just a fucking actor who's a pawn of the American government. And now, the professor said that Putin would be stupid to invade Ukraine. This is what he said. He said Putin. This is 7 years ago. He said Putin wouldn't do it. He's not going to invade Ukraine. He's not that stupid. But he wants to destroy Ukraine to keep everybody else from having it. Basically, like, you got a toy. If you got a toy that your parents come and say, well, you've been playing with that toy for too long. Let your brother and your sister play with it. And you say, what? And you throw that damn toy on the ground and break it. Well, can't nobody play with it now. And so that's Putin. That's what he said Putin was doing. However, he said, this is also what he said. If they really wanted to destroy Russia, they would somehow get Putin to invade Ukraine. because he didn't really have the money and resources to be able to do that shit. And the pressure, that pressure, that continued force of trying to institute a that campaign of trying to take over Ukraine would take the Russian government out. So that's what kind of happened on the back end. You kind of see that they kind of subversively forced Putin's hand to kind of go into Russia. I mean, to try to go into Ukraine and invade Ukraine to try to deplete this nigga's resources. And then what they do? Then what happens? Boom, boom, boom. Cancel, 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 cancel. Now, is Russia motherfucking innocent and shit? No, all these niggas is full of shit. All these niggas is full of shit. All these niggas is playing the power game. I want to be the king of the world bullshit. So none of these niggas don't think any of these niggas are the Lone Ranger. Putin, America, none of these niggas are the Lone Ranger. I'm just showing you the game. Putin was playing the game the way the game should have been played the whole time. Like, look, you stay on your side, I stay on my side, and that's good. And whatever's close to me, I deal with that. And whatever's in your area, you deal with that. Right? So there's a doctrine called, hold on, excuse me. They have a doctrine that where you can't I forgot the name of it. The Monroe Doctrine. So there's something called the Monroe Doctrine. So this is why why Putin was pushing back on NATO expanding into these countries on his border. Because there's something called the Monroe Doctrine that we instituted back in the day when, the Cuban Missile Crisis and all that shit, when they wanted to set up borders on, they wanted to set up borders, military on our borders. They was like, nah, you're not doing that shit. Everything in the West belongs to the West. You can't set up any foreign country, any Eastern foreign country. You can't set up military on the Western border. That's the Monroe Doctrine. Meaning, this is the same. It would be the same thing as if China said, you know what? China went to Canada and Mexico and was like, yo, we're gonna set up some military bases right here. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it, my nigga. Don't trip. We don't trip, nigga. We ain't fucking with you, America. We just setting up some military niggas on the border. China. If China did this, knowing that we got some type of underhanded battle with China, military battle with China, some Cold War we got going on with China right now, because they're trying to outdo us as far as a country. They're mashing. They about to do it. So would that be smart to fucking let some troops on China? Hell no. That would never happen in a fucking million years. America would never let that fucking happen. The same thing is what Putin is saying. Putin or US is China to Putin. And he's like, nigga, ain't no way in hell you niggas about to set up no goddamn military on my border, nigga. What the fuck? Not to mention the fact that you already got 26 biolabs or research facilities and right there next to our goddamn fucking country, nigga, where you can release anything. Nah, that's bullshit. So this is the full story of what you not hearing. What's going on right now? That shit goes all the way back to when all of a sudden when Obama got in office, they tried to start implementing this NATO expansion, which is globalization, which he was the institutor or the initiator of the global. He basically started. The plan was being put down in so many ways, sideways, all the way before that. When he got in there, it was foot to the pedal. I mean, pedal to the metal. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And so he fast forwarded that shit. So all a part though of this. If y'all gotta go peek this. You ain't gotta buy it. I bought it because you gotta have information no matter where it come from. So I'll take this information and transmute it for the people. But in this book, it talks about the plan that they had. Now, when did this book come out? No, excuse me. When did the Pandeezy happen? March of 2020, right? This book came out in June of 2020. Anybody who's writing a book know it takes you longer than 3 months to write a goddamn book. Anyone knows that. You got to do the research for it. First off, you got to do research for it. Then I'm sure he didn't write it himself. He had writers, obviously. Or anybody who mostly gets a book today, they get book writers. But then you got to, again, the research, and you got to write it. Then you got to do the first draft, second draft, do it. Then you got to edit all the man. It takes about a year at least for you to get a good book in. This 3 months, this nigga had this shit ready to go. How did he have this ready to go 3 months after it just hit when nobody knew this shit was coming? Because they had been planning that shit. The Great Reset. They are resetting everything. Usually trying to do it, and it's not going as well. It's not going as well as they thought. They're trying to turn everything to this digital cashless shit, which is why they're trying to turn you, which is why they're trying to give you that passport, the digital whatever passport, which they're going to be coming, the social credits. They're going to be giving you, hold on. Oops. Sorry, y'all. So they're going to be giving you social credits and all of that, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But this is the plan for, or the new world, or the globalization plan, right? Set everything on this new thing. Also to take down some of the population. Too many of you niggas. Too many of you useless eater niggas. So we got to take a gang of you niggas out. Nothing personal. Nothing personal, my nigga. Nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, personally, you my nigga. Personally, we good. Personally, we good. But this nigga Klaus talking about niggas, too many niggas on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So if it was up to me, nigga, I'd let you live. But this nigga Klaus, this crazy. And this nigga crazy, man. This nigga crazy. So yeah. Sorry, my nigga. But that's what they doing. They are taking niggas out left and right because it is too many of you niggas. They have to bring it down to a manageable population, right? All the while making you more controllable. As you've seen with the ingredients that I showed you, from the last, from the Hokey. Now, if you want me to go back over the ingredients from the Cupcake, I'll give you a quick breakdown of the ingredients of the Cupcake one more time, because we're gonna talk about some of the little, some of the stomach aches you might get from the Cupcake. Who was that? Oh, Tim Meadows. Thank you, brother. That was a good one. Thank you, brother. Don't eat them cupcakes, Tim. just a pre-warning. So again, the ingredients in the Cupcake: formaldehyde, aluminum, luciferase. Luciferase is that, it's biochemical that you get that they make from the fireflies that, makes you bioluminescent. So if I scan a black light on you, you always light up like a Christmas tree, but you don't know it. So luciferase, ethylene oxide, good cupcakes. Good cupcakes, I thought. Super paramagnetic iron oxide, super paramagnetic iron oxide nanoparticle, which is basically nano razor blades. That's yummy. Human embryonic kidney cells. Gotta have that. Can't do it without that. Stearic acid from the pigs. We know that's the secret ingredient that you gotta rip off. You gotta dip. Don't let nobody see that. And then the hydrogel made from graphene oxide. Okay? That's just a little bit of what was in the ingredients that was in there. Now, we're going to talk about how these ingredients and these cupcakes, these delicious cupcakes, affected everybody. So, let me break this down for y'all. So this is a report released from the bakery. And the bakery of the cupcakes. They released the ingredients and some of the stomach aches that happen to some of the people. Because, these are new cupcakes. They may have a little bit more sugar in them than people are used to. So let's just read about what's in here. All right, hold on. Let me get this straight. Now I got to read to you. I got to read a disclaimer. This says, now let's call the bakery. The bakery is called P.F. Pfizer. The P.F. Pfizer Bakery. Y'all know about the P.F. Pfizer Bakery. They've been around forever. They bake great goods. Sometimes it may take you out the game, but hey, that's all right. All they got to do is pay $100 million fine to the government, and they good. So hey, P.F. Pfizer, do your thing. So P.F. Pfizer Bakery. This is what it says. This information contained in this document is proprietary and confidential. Woo. Any disclosure, reproduction, distribution, or other dissemination of this information outside of P.F. Pfizer, the greatest bakery ever, its affiliates, its licensees, or regulatory agencies is strictly prohibited, except as may be otherwise agreed to in writing. By accepting or rewriting these materials, you agree to hold such information in confidence and not to disclose it to others, except where required by applicable law. Well, lucky for us, the court said you got to release these damn documents, nigga. You ain't got 75 years, nigga. You got to release them today. So, nor to use it for unauthorized purposes. All right. So, what does it say? So this basically is a report of what happened after some of the people ate the cupcakes. Now, you know, the cupcakes I thought was delicious. You know, the cupcakes ain't made for everybody. So let's see what happened to some of the people after they ate the cupcake. Well, let's talk about who ate the cupcakes. Some of the people ate the cupcake, you know, so basically, 42,000 people had a bad stomachache from the cupcakes. 45,000 people ate cupcakes. 42,000 people had stomachaches. I don't know what happened. Maybe they had a bad batch of the dough. Maybe they had who knows? But 42,000 out of 45,000 had a bad stomachache from the cupcake. So we're gonna talk about this right here. So under 17, 175. These are the people who had bad stomach aches. Because they hadn't tested too many people under 17, so that's why it was 175. Or they hadn't given the cupcakes to too many people under 17. 18 to 30, 4,953 bad stomach aches. 31 to 50, this is age 31 to 50, 13,886 bad stomach aches. Damn, that's a lot of bad stomach aches. Then 51 to 64, 7,884 bad stomach aches. And 65 to 74, 3,098 bad cupcakes. So that's a lot. And then over 75 was a little bit more. It's about 5,000 over 75. And then they had some unknowns, right? Unknown ages, apparently. I don't know how you get that. So then, what was the outcomes? Let's see. The cupcake. So, who recovered from their stomach aches? How many people recovered or recovering? See, it says recovered/recovering from the stomach aches. 19,582 are recovered or recovering. See how they threw both of those in there? You can't be recovered and recovering at the same time. Which one is it? Am I healed or am I healing? Huh? Is my finger cut off or is it back? Is it attached? Like, which one is it? So, recovered or recovering. Recovered with something called Sqid, and that word is spelled Sequuelae, and that means with a leftover condition. Somebody who had something, and then if you recovered from it, but you had still something that was left over from what happened from that event. So they was left with like a hacking cough, or shaking arm, or something like that. It was a leftover. Something was left over from it. Not recovered at the point. Not recovered from the stomach aches. 11,361. Now, this ain't supposed to happen. How many people ate the cupcake and kicked the bucket? Now, I don't think it was the cupcake. You know what I'm saying? I think it was their excitement. They were so excited to eat these cupcakes, they couldn't control themselves. But let me, that's just what I think. 1,223. Just, I think they died. They just kicked the bucket from excitement. That's what I think. Then, I don't know what this means. Unknown. They don't know what the heck was wrong with them. Unknown cases, we don't know what's wrong with you. 9,400. 9,400, you don't know what the fuck is wrong? Whoa, okay. My cup ain't looking good for my cupcakes, y'all. It ain't looking good. So, let's just see this right here. So let's go on down. Let's see some of the disorders. So it says the system organ classes that contain the greatest numbers of events overall dated were general disorders and administration sites, meaning they said a lot of people were hurting at wherever they ate the cupcake. They had an adverse reaction to wherever they ate the cupcake. 51,335 51,335 people they felt bad wherever they ate the cupcake. Nervous system disorders, 25,957. Musculoskeletal and connective tissue disorders, 17,283. Musculoskeletal and connective tissue disorders. That means your muscles ain't connecting to your muscles start disconnecting. Well, hey, man, these cupcakes, man, you might want to hold off on the cupcake. I'm just saying. That's just what I suggest. Then, gastrointestinal disorders, 14,096. Skin and subcutaneous tissue disorders, meaning people start having skin disease from the cupcake, 8,476. Respiratory, thoracic, and mediastinal disorders? Mediastinal. I don't even know what the hell that is. 8,848. Infectious and infestations. Infestation? What the hell have I been infested with? What the fuck is an infestation? Oh, 4,610. So let's put this in perspective. 45,000 people ate the cupcake. 42,000 people had a stomachache, right? Ranging from light stomachache to I had to throw up. But there was 158,000 reactions. So not just stomachache. So basically what that means is each one of those people had at least three bad reactions to the cupcake. 3 to 4. And they didn't release none of this information. Let's keep it going. Let's keep this going. So this is very important right here. So when you get down to so this is very important. It says important identification risk, right? We're talking about anaphylaxis. A lot of people die from anaphylaxis, which is like suffocating on like fluid when you come back, regurgitating fluid. Important potential risk. And then missing information. This is important. The missing information. Use in pregnancy and lactation, meaning we didn't test these cupcakes on pregnant women. Use in pediatric individuals under 12. We didn't give it to none of the kids, thank goodness. Back then, they didn't. And then effectiveness, meaning, did it heal anybody? We don't know. It says unknown. Unknown. But they came out and said 95% of the people who ate the cupcakes, it worked for them. But in this report, it says unknown. And just so y'all know, the papers that they had to release, that Pfizer had to release, because the court, they said you don't have 75 years, you only got 10 months to release all the papers that you have, excuse me, all the documents that you have. So they had to release like I forgot how many thousand this month. They got to release another 10,000. Excuse me, 10,000 this month, another 10,000 in April 1st, 80,000 in like June, and so on and so forth. Every month they got to release. So basically what they're doing is they're going to wait to the end of the document release to release the worst shit that happened when nobody is listening anymore. All the shit all the way down the line. I think that's the last document dump is in like October or sometime. That's when you're gonna see the real shit. That's when all the bullshit is gonna be in the first document dumps, and then all the way down to October, that's when you're gonna see the real shit. Now when you go look up the documents, most of the documents are redacted, meaning they're blacked out. When you read through this document right here was not stolen. We don't know, but this document was released by somebody who worked for P.F. Pfizer, the bakery. Somebody worked for the bakery and found this and went and released it online without the redactions. This is why we know all of this. And in here, it had 9 pages of stomach aches from the cupcake made from the P.F. Pfizer bakery. So, holy shit. Now, that report comes out. That report comes out on March the 1st, Tuesday, March the 1st, right? Right when, again, when they basically got Putin to go in and attack Ukraine. This is the dominating story right now. Oh, Ukraine, Ukraine, Ukraine. I'm with Ukraine. Oh, we're going to die for Ukraine. Nothing, you know. And whatever's happening over there to them people in Ukraine is fucked up. But Ukraine, y'all some racist motherfuckers. So, hey, all you racist motherfuckers in Ukraine, fuck y'all niggas. But, but you know, if you ain't racist in Ukraine, hey, y'all cool. But if you racist in Ukraine, fuck you motherfuckers. But, so, again, they get you Ukraine, 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 Ukraine. Niggas wearing Ukraine patches and all that bullshit. But this is the biggest news story that should be going right now. That they held back that many reactions when they released this goddamn fucking cupcakes. This Hokey X juice. But you don't hear nothing about that. Why? Because the news companies, CNN, CNN, MSNBC, I forgot the other ones, they all paid for by P.F. Pfizer Bakery. When you go to the commercials, brought to you by they're all right there. This is why you don't hear no shit about this. So this is the document dump that happened. This is the major thing. So much so that they even had it on Go to the Hill on YouTube channel. The lady on the Hill, she breaks it down even better. But on the Hill, the news channel on the Hill on YouTube, they can't even say anything bad about it. Like they can absolutely see that these niggas lied about the reactions, right? They can absolutely see, but then all they keep saying is, well, we can't actually say we can't say that it happened just because of the cupcake. But you know, it is kind of strange that they didn't. What do you mean kind of strange? This is absolute bullshit. If throughout the history of cupcake releases, there's been this many people who have, taken it, and it's been a steady release of, then all of a sudden you release a new cupcake and the niggas who kick the bucket go like this and it spikes like this, and we can't actually say. Well, what do you mean you can't say? What was the factor? What was the mitigating factor that was introduced into this equation? We had a steady equation going for so long, and then all of a sudden, what was the mitigating factor that was introduced to this equation? A new cupcake. And then we said, oh, and then it spiked up like that. So obviously, it had to be the cupcake, allegedly. So, but they're so scared to talk about it, they have to show you the information and then pull back and say, we still can't say that it was because of the cupcake that they had these adverse reactions. What you mean, 9 pages? 9 pages of fucking stomach aches from the cupcake, and you telling me that it ain't from that? That's some bullshit. So y'all see what's going on. This globalization bullshit is major right now, y'all. And let's see. So just so y'all know, those labs, like I said, those labs are funded by the American military, and they weren't able to secure that shit. But excuse me. The World Economic Forum, if you go, and I want you guys to go to the World Economic Forum website and look up the cats in the World Economic Forum. They have some, so they've been planning, this has been around since 1971 is when Homeboy created Klaus Schwab. Remember now, Klaus Schwab, do your history on him. He's the former head of the Bilderberg Group, right? So he was what's called the, excuse me, the steering committee of the Bilderberg Group, meaning I'm going to basically, I'm head of wherever the Bilderberg is going. I direct that. Oh, who was that? Oh, Ron, peace, appreciate you. So I direct that. That's your boy Klaus Schwab. Then he created the World Economic Forum, a more private company. I mean, not more private, but Bilderberg is super private, but a private company that he can work through, within he can basically a vehicle that he can move throughout the world and affect change. Basically, what he called it is global shaping. Okay, he calls it global shaping. Now, this is the whatever vehicle the World Economic Forum lets you know, it is a vehicle of the Bilderberg. It's the public arm of the Bilderberg, which they're able to now move throughout society and start affecting things with governments because they pull all these governments and heads of corporation in. And just so you know, fascism, just so you know, and Reagan, crazy nigga, gave this definition of fascism in the 80s. Fascism is the connection of corporations and government to supplant the citizens' rights, right? To suppress the citizens' rights. It's the cooperation of government and corporations to suppress citizens' rights. So that's what's going on right now. This is a major, and again, the World Economic Forum is a bunch of the heads of the corporations around the world. So they're implementing policy, and they call it global shaping. We're shaping the globe for what we need in the future. And all of this shit is a smaller globe under one control, under what they call this unified regime. So if y'all don't know that, this is happening major. Again, go and this nigga tell you the whole plan right here. This nigga gangster. This nigga's an Aries. Klaus Schwab is an Aries, so he don't give a fuck. That's how we get down. And I hate to say this nigga's part of my clan, but this motherfucker, he's the illest part of the clan. He don't give a fuck. He just gonna do what the fuck he wanna do, and he gonna run niggas. So go get that damn book and see what the hell is going on, because again, in the World Economic Forum, they tap these niggas. They like the skull and bones. They tap cats at 18 years old to be in an organization called the Young Global Leaders, right? You're gonna be a part of the Young Global or Global Shapers, the Young Global Shapers, right? So guess who was tapped at 18? One of the main cats, Justin Trudeau, President of Canada, or the Prime Minister of Canada. They don't have president. Prime Minister of Canada. This nigga was tapped to be in the Global Shapers at 18. This is what they do. They bring your ass in, they indoctrinate you and say, yeah, fuck nationalism. So it's the nationalism versus globalization, right? Nationalism says our nation first. We first. If we ain't survive, if we ain't strong, then we can't do anything else in the world. So we need to be able to take care of home first before we try to figure out and try to take care of the whole world first, right? So that's kind of what Trump was on, but it was more on a Caucasian national shit, right? On an America MAGA, white Americans created America. But true nationalism around the world is just our country first before anything else, right? So then globalization says, no, we're all one entity now. We're all intertwined around the world. So what happens to one country affects all other countries around the world. So we all need a cooperative government, a one world government, so that we can maintain these systems around the world. One falls and all of us fall, right? So this is the battling philosophies that's going on right now. And the World Economic Forum is major globalization, where Klaus Schwab, he's on a talk show talking about how he has 50% of the Canadian government is from the World Economic Forum global shapers. Meaning this nigga done grew 50%, over 50% of the fucking cabinet in Canada is the World Economic Forum. Letting you know, nigga, this is the Illuminati. That is the Illuminati right now. That's the public hand of them niggas at this point. And they're letting you know we got niggas positioned here. Guess who else is a part of the World Economic Forum, was a global shaper. Gavin Newsom, governor of California, bitch ass nigga, who basically implemented the most draconian cracks-in-nation laws in the country, and we still got them going right now. So that nigga is a major part. Again, why? Because California is the biggest economy in United States. So if I get them going again, and New York, the two states who had the most strenuous shit going, right? So if I put those two, if I could put the clamp down on the two biggest economies and I get them going, remember they have to down the economies to try to get you into this one world economy. They have to take down the dollar. They have to take down all these currencies to implement this world digital currency. This is all what this shit is about. They got to get you digitally intertwined. We got you connected with the Cupcake Hokey juice. Y'all niggas gonna be able to be uploaded to the cloud. So that we got that taken care of. Now we got to start implementing. These systems to take down to get you niggas connected. So world shapers of the world shapers or the world global shapers are who's in control right now of the world. These little young niggas that Klaus Schwab has placed in all these governments around the world are the people who running shit, and these niggas are about to get this one world government popping off. And so how do you, what do you do? How do you get by this shit? So one way to get past this shit, you got to start knowing your laws in your country. The reason they're able to get around this is because most of you citizens, so-called citizens, people, you guys don't know shit. You've been sitting back chilling, letting the government do everything for you the whole time, which is not how government was created. You're supposed to participate in government. You're supposed to understand and know government. It's called qualified electors, not voters. In the Constitution, they're called qualified electors, and they're called voters. The word vote means to wish. It doesn't mean you elect means to choose. Look at the difference. Elect means choose, vote means wish. I wish that nigga was president, whereas I choose that person to be president. See, there's two different things. So if you guys don't know this simple stuff, why in the hell would they give a shit what you think? If you don't know the basic tenets of government and law, which runs every fucking thing, why would I listen to you? Why would I care what you think? Why would I listen to you about how to run the house if you don't know what a house is? If you don't know what a light bill is? If you don't know what a gas bill is? Why would I listen to you about when and how much money to pay on the gas bill? Get your ass out of here, nigga. You better get the fuck sit your ass on that couch and shut the fuck up and fucking enjoy this heat. Don't worry about how it's on. So that's how these governments are able to do this to you now, because you have been apathetic to government and law. And so you let them handle every goddamn thing. So great. I got it from here. Don't worry. You sit your ass over there. I got it. Don't worry about it. Nigga, don't worry about it. I said I got it. So that's how these niggas say, nigga, didn't I say I got it? Oh, now you want to be a part of the government, huh? Too late, my nigga. Too late. So that's where y'all niggas are at right now. Sorry. They got y'all under the barrel because you've been sitting around too long. If you sit around too long while somebody start rummaging through your house and start pulling this and doing that and start rearranging the furniture and start putting up their pictures and all that, eventually it ain't gonna be your house no more. You can't start saying some shit after nigga he done got pictures of his grandparents and nigga he got his Peloton over here and this nigga got his workout equipment over here. This nigga it's his house now. Because you sat back and let this motherfucker do everything that he wanted in your house. It's not your house anymore. So they know they can do this through government. The way they geniuses, they found out a way around the Constitution. And it's through you guys' dependency on corporations and, convenience. You niggas are so attached to convenience, you can't do shit on your own anymore. So they got you niggas by the balls and the ovaries. Sorry, they got you niggas. You ain't willing to get this shit up? How many of you niggas willing to get this shit up to remember a phone number? How many of you niggas remember phone numbers right now? I bet none of you niggas remember nobody's phone number, do you? That's a long gone. You niggas are so dependent on this. If they took this from you, you would die. A lot of you niggas would die. So they know that, and now that they got you so dependent on this shit, too late. So you're gonna have to go back and start doing things that you haven't done. Remember, insanity is doing the same thing, wishing for a different result. So if you just keep protesting and screaming, no, no, government, no, no, and all this and that bullshit, you've been doing that shit forever. What the fuck does that change? Nothing. Learn the rules to the game, and then you will learn how to take these niggas out. One of these ways is in every government in all the world, in all the countries in the world, in every civilized government, I should say, all these politicians have to have bonds. Bonds are worldwide. There's trillions and trillions of bonds on the stock market, just so y'all know. Trillions. I mean, trillions upon trillions of bonds that are on the stock market. That's how integral bonds are to the world. And every politician who's elected politician in the world usually has to have a bond to secure the liability that they would incur on the city if they were to fuck up. So I can't have you in this position and then you do some crazy shit like, rape a citizen in your office, or, run somebody over with the city vehicle because you was drunk, or some crazy shit like that, and then the city take the liability for that. We can't do that. So every politician or public official has to have some type of liability, have a bond or liability insurance so that the city doesn't incur all of the blame. You can still take down the city with some of this stuff when the politician or public official fucks up, but they're not going to take all of the blame. And that's where these bonds come in. And you guys have to start getting proficient at going and finding these bonds and placing liens on. This is literally the only last way that you got, because you're in they've turned the world into a capitalist society. Even though most of a lot of governments around the world are socialist and communist, so to speak, but they're all really capitalist governments. They've all bit from America, and they've all become capitalist governments, or pseudo-capitalist governments. Even though they say something else on the surface, they're really capitalist governments. So in a capitalist government society, it's all about the money. And so you can threaten, I'm going to send you to jail. You're going to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and blah, blah, and they're going to come for you, and you're going to spend 75 years in jail, buddy. I don't care. You're breaking the law. You're doubting my rights. You're cutting my rights right from under us. I don't care. They don't give a shit about that. But you go and say, Miss Karen Watkins, says right here that you have a bond for liability. You have a liability bond or a public performance bond where you are insured for $100,000 if you violate any of the stipulations within this bond. Meaning, if you violate a constitutional right, or if you do something that incurs liability onto the city or the government, you're responsible for $100,000 for every incident, Miss Karen Watkins. So, what I need you to do is take this law down, take that law down, boop, boop. You're violating this law, you're in violation of this law, you're in violation of that law, you're in violation of this law, you're in violation of that law. So, because you are in violation, you are in liability of claim. You're responsible for this per incident, $100,000. So if you don't do this, take this down, change this law, do this, I'm going to place a lien on your bond. I'm going to place a claim on your bond in such and such time. You have 5, 10 days, whatever amount of time you want to. You have this amount of time to undo this law, this policy, or I'm placing a claim on your bond. And if they have violated any part of the law or any point in or violated your constitutional rights, you have a legitimate claim to that money, to that bond. If they have violated, that's exactly what it's for when they do harm to the public at large. So if they've done you harm, you have an absolute legitimate claim to that bond, and you can go to the insurance company and institute an investigation, which the bond company will go and do the investigation and see if they're liable. And if they violated those claims, you get that money. They'll make the person who holds the bond, they'll make them pay. And if they can't pay, the bond company will have to pay. If the person can't pay, the bond company pays, and then that person has to pay the bond company back. So they're in debt. They're liable. Their credit takes a hit. So no matter what, you can sit back, you can threaten them and do, I'm sending you to jail and move all this and that. But when you fucking threaten their credit and money, you got to pay $100,000 next week. If you violate this bond, it's a whole different ball game. Your credit, your house, your car, all of this stuff can be in jeopardy when you violate a bond and or you're liable for a claim for a bond and you don't pay it. So this changes the game. No one knows about this. I've been talking about this for 7 years, but these cats, again, if y'all went and seen, these cats at Bond for the Win, they taking this information, they mashed the fuck out. But that's what we about to do. We about to do the same thing. So I just want to show y'all, tell y'all, that's how you get back at these cats for violating your constitutional rights. Excuse me. And so again, bonds are worldwide. So you got to do your diligence and find the bonds on that your politicians have. But you can place a claim on any of those politicians' bonds for violating your constitutional rights or violating the law or instituting law that's not on the books. That's called color of law. Color of law is fake law. So if they're instituting policy and acting like it's law, that's called color of law. Meaning fake law. That's against the law. For you to practice fake law is against the law. Okay? So just know, go and get them damn bonds. So real quick, did y'all hear about the genetically modified mosquitoes that they're releasing in California and Florida? That's my genetically modified mosquitoes. That's some bullshit. They're saying they're releasing them, genetically engineered mosquitoes. That's what they call them, GE, genetically engineered. And they're supposed to be engineers because they're saying that once they're released into the population, they go and they mate with the mosquitoes that are out there, and they're able to take down the diseased mosquitoes. They're supposed to decrease the diseased mosquito population. Now, independent research says that these niggas don't do that. That doesn't necessarily happen. When these niggas get out there and they mate with the actual population of mosquitoes, the offspring is way more aggressive and sometimes even more potent in the disease. So these niggas are just creating that fucking experiment right now, just getting ready to release basically clone mosquitoes into the population. What the fuck is that going to do for us? What's that going to do to niggas? Y'all don't even know they doing this right under the radar. Nobody knows. The environmental EPA agrees with this shit and letting them do it. But this is some more Frankenstein shit that they have coming. Obviously, you've seen with the cupcake, what's in the cupcake. With that, you've already seen that. That's some Frankenstein shit. More and more shit is coming out. Genetically modified mosquitoes into the population. California and Florida, they're not just going to stay in California and Florida. Those niggas are going to get out everywhere. So if you live in a population that's heavily populated with mosquitoes, holy shit, please do your diligence. Get your spray, get your repellent, whatever the hell you got to get, because this shit is real. Genetically modified motherfucking mosquitoes. And real quick, so did you guys hear about the Joe Biden? Hold on. Did you guys hear about the Joe Biden cryptocurrency executive order? So, under the guise, what he's saying is that they're supposed to start investigating ways to create a cryptocurrency, right? Or to regulate cryptocurrency, because a lot of people are getting robbed with, these pump and dumps, these cryptocurrency pump and dumps. They hire, they get a celebrity coming in, promote it. Everybody, buys the cryptocurrency. The nigga who created it pulls all the money out, and then the shit falls. And then, the celebrity really gets hit with the backlash. Like who got hit right now? Floyd Mayweather. I forgot. I think it's Kim Kardashian. One of them. I don't know if I know it's Floyd Mayweather, but I forgot who the other one was. But they're getting hit with lawsuits on this pumping up. So Biden and them's coming out saying, oh, we're going to create. He signed a cryptocurrency executive order to regulate the cryptocurrency, or to begin to rate the agencies, the SEC, the Trade Commission, and all that, to figure out a way to where they can regulate in the cryptocurrency. But they're saying that they're going to try to bolster cryptocurrency, that it's a part of the future, and they want to make it more of a part of America or the world, and they want to solidify the ways, the mechanisms to be able to use it in society, right? So basically they're saying it's fully open, which is why Bitcoin went up a little bit, because apparently that was supposed to be good news to the crypto industry, that saying that it's becoming more mainstream when you have governments wanting to create legislation to trying to regulate it, right? Bullshit. That's bullshit. These niggas are trying to watch your crypto. In America, they've already instituted some shit where they watch your bank account. If you got more than $600 transactions going into your bank, that gets reported to the IRS. So cryptocurrency right now, they want to be able to watch all your transactions. The point of Bitcoin, the part of Bitcoin that was supposed to be great was that it was basically unhackable, right? You know, because it's spread on so many different public ledgers. Whoever has what, it's on so many millions of ledgers across the world, right? Now, one thing is that does make your cryptocurrency public. So your transactions are public. Now, can they get in there? That's not fully public. They always can't tell who has what, but they can tell what transaction has what, right? How much money was in the transaction and transferred. So it's kind of anonymous, but not really. So the Bitcoin, so basically what they want to do, they want to watch. They want to be able to make transparent everybody and what you send as far as cryptocurrency. They're trying to get in there and be like, oh, this nigga sent that. Oh, they sent this. Oh, they sent that. Oh, they sent this much. Oh, how much cryptocurrency he got? Let's go jack this nigga shit. So that's really the regulation that's coming down. And he just signed this executive order to help do this under the guise of we're gonna make cryptocurrency great, right? Again, some bullshit. So what you want to do is, there's something called, for everybody who's leery about this, there's something called privacy coins, right? Also, there's the only melanated coin that's out there, or one of the first melanated coins is Guap coin. So you guys can get on that. Also, that's made by us. So that that they can't corrupt that. But there's something called privacy coins, right? Privacy. What is a privacy coin? Privacy coin is where your transactions are hidden. They hide the transaction from peer to peer. So when you send some money back and forth, they do some crazy shit where they hide the transactions. So the two top, the two top private coins, they call private coins, are Monero, that's Manero, Monero, and Zcash. Okay, you can go and you guys might want to start investing in these private coins, because these are untrackable. And they're pushing back against these because they're untrackable. But why should somebody know what the hell your transaction is? What gives the government the right to know what the fuck you doing? Nothing. So again, they'll push back on these and say, these are private coins, and these private coins, or the way they'll get support for the pushback is that people are able to do criminal things and transfer money, black market stuff and all that. But no, get started and get invested in these private coins. And it's funny. Hold on. The private coins that you want to invest. So I told you so. Oh, excuse me. Monero and Zcash. But then there's something called a crypto tumbler or crypto mixer that you can also buy when sending your cash. Now, I told you guys in a few videos, you should have an external wallet. If you guys don't have an external crypto wallet, you're tripping. Don't keep your money on these exchanges and shit like that. If you have some, you can keep some of it if you're going to keep trading it. But take some of this crypto off, take a lot or a majority of it, and put it in a crypto wallet. an encrypted wallet. Don't buy it from Amazon, because whoever you get it from Amazon, they're going to keep the code. Go to the manufacturer. The manufacturer will have the code. So go to the manufacturer. That's how you get your, that's where you want to get it from. My mods will put some links to crypto wallets in the chat and also in the comments if you guys want to find it. So just give it a little minute. I'm sure my mods will put the links in there. But so it's called the Crypto Mixer or Crypto Tumbler, right? And so the best ones you want to get is called CoinJoin or CoinSwap. And basically what they do is when you get a crypto tumbler or mixer, it takes a bunch of people's transactions. So it's not just you to whoever you're sending the money to. It takes about, I don't even know how many, but it takes a bunch of people sending money to people, and it mixes all of your transactions as it's going through. So when somebody's tracking it, they can't tell what money's going to where and where it came from. So it mixes all the transactions, and then all you know is you get the intended amount in your wallet, but the tracking can't happen because it got mixed up toward, like, it's like a freeway. It's like they're all coming from here, and then this freeway happens, and then it's, you know, it gets mixed up and they can't tell. So that's how you get back at the government trying to come with this crypto you know, with this crypto this crypto executive order. Them trying to look into your transactions. You got to get creative with this shit. Private coins. That's what that's what's going on right now to get around that bullshit. So private coins. And then real quick, I wanted to address the people. Why do I say nigga all the time? I've said this many times, but for the new people who are just walked into the house, who are guests in the house, I do that because nigga means God. Nigga goes back to Naga, and Negus. Naga is the sovereign, or excuse me, is the serpent gods of Asia, and Negus, not Negus. People say Negus, but that's up here. That's called Caucasians talk. We said Negus. We talk from here, right? That's where the deeper vibration is. So the Negus was the king or sovereign of Ethiopia. And then we have so many other words in Zinga, and, you know, queen, and all these different words mean we're at the top, right? It means the higher consciousness people of that society, the nobles. Meaning you were enlightened God, and Naga was an enlightened God. That serpent on the forehead, the Uraeus from Kemet, it meant that you were enlightened. Okay, so nigga is just a bastardization of Naga. It's just a different dialect of saying Naga. Niga, Naga, Nega, Negus, Inga. It's all in Zinga. All of these words mean the same thing. And so if you are tripping because I say that because it's a powerful word. It doesn't mean anything negative. It only means good things. It means something negative because the Caucasian person told you it was negative. Why? Because it couldn't empower them. So they had to take it and make it mean something negative to you because they knew what it would do for you, what that word does. It gives you God power. Just why do you think so many people say it? Why do you think we say it? It feels good. It empowers you. What up, my nigga? Hey, nigga. 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 These niggas. How many? I mean, 50 million. It means so many different things, so many different vibrations, and that's ours. That's a word that we use exclusively. Now, I will tell you this: if you're not of the higher consciousness, you should not be calling yourself a nigga, Naga, or none of those. So, any of you who have a problem with me saying that, don't say it, because you obviously are not of the level of consciousness where you can talk like that, where it doesn't bother you emotionally. Because the Caucasian has taken that word, and in a short period of time in the history of this word, where the history of this word is this long, they've taken this period of time where they've created the negative connotation of the word and imbued you with that energy. And now oh nigga, you can't say nigga no more. Why are you saying it? It's your word. And it's funny how we've taken it back. Caucasians, and we've taken it back in a roundabout way, because Caucasians can't even say it today the way in the negative sense that they think we use it in. They can't say that. So obviously you understand how powerful that word is. It was ours before when we used it to call ourselves to, excuse me, to distinguish the enlightened or the more conscious person out of the regular motherfuckers. And we use it now to distinguish the God people from the regular people. I'm just kidding. Not the regular people, but the God, but the God lineage, the God lineage from everybody else in the world. We use that. We've taken that energy back. And that's why they're so pissed that they can't use it today. But it's our word. So don't ask me why you say nigga all the time. I mean, you better be glad I didn't say my whole shit ain't laden with nigga. Nigga. No. But that's why I say it, because I am a Naga. That is an enlightened God, an ancestor come back to revisit this information that you guys have forgotten. That's why I say that. All right, new niggas. You new ass niggas coming in here trying to motherfucking wipe your feet on my goddamn couch. Nigga, take them shoes off when you enter my house. Don't come in here trying to tell me how to change my damn furniture, nigga. No, I'm just playing. But seriously, guys, as I said before, if you want to get back at these cats, these government cats, the best way to do it is to start bonding these cats. They haven't seen anything like that before. They really haven't. No one knows about this information. Why? Because they've had it hidden for so long. They don't want you to know. They played 3-card money with this shit, switching it around, sliding it around, changing this word, making this code, encoding this, so that you don't ever find out that these niggas, the way to get back is so easy. The hardest part of it is just finding the bond company. But that's not hard either. You just got to do some due diligence. Make your calls. The information is public, so you just got to make sure you do your calls and you do your public records request or your FOIA request, but they have to give it up. It's law. They have to give it up by law, and you just have to be diligent about it and make sure that you don't take the first answer. We don't know where those bonds are. And you be like, oh, okay, no, motherfucker, find those bonds. This law in this state says you need to have these bonds. I need those bonds by man. You got to do your due diligence. But that is the way you get at them. Through, in a capitalist society, make them pay. Dollars. That's what they hear, is money. Money. They hear that shit. You going to jail and all that. They don't. You got to pay $100,000? Huh? What? 100,000? Oh, man, I was just joking, man. What you mean? Mask mandates? What you talking about? Nigga, I was just playing. Nigga, we was playing Lone Ranger. We was playing Lone Ranger in Tonto. Woo, see, hey, I was playing, I was a robber. I was the Hamburglar. Hey, nigga, hey, I was just playing. Telling you, when you see those bonds, it is no joke. Somebody who heard about this went and started following Bonds for the Win, because they do strictly bonds on school districts. So one of the they went to a school district meeting and they asked for the mask mandates to be taken down. I think it's called Edinburgh. I don't know what state that was in, but the county was Edinburgh. They said no. The council, the school board, they said no, we're not taking them down. Immediately, as soon as they said that, they served them with notice of claims, with bond claims, all around. The next day, they issued the letter that they were taking down the mask mandates. I saw both of them. I saw the video where they said no, and I saw the letter from Edinburgh where they took down the mandates the next day. They were like, oh, oh, we didn't know you was packing. We didn't know you had the blicky, my nigga. Goddamn. Hey, why you didn't tell us you had the blicky? Hey, Nick, we just playing. We just playing, my nigga. Hey. So that's what happened in Edinburgh. This shit works, and it works on, if you extrapolate, it doesn't work for school boards. It works for anybody who's a public official who's implementing laws that are against your constitutional rights, or just laws that are not on the book. Laws that are just coming out of these niggas' asses. They just, hey, I think I'll do this today. No, you don't, motherfucker. You can't do that. And this is how you get back. So I advise you to master this process. Master it any way you can. Get it, read it, study it, go be a goddamn master at researching, finding these niggas bonds. Because niggas, they not gonna want to see you. Be John Wick at this motherfucker. Be the John Wick of bonds. Promise you, they don't want to see your ass coming. Be the John Wick of bonds. They don't ever want to see that shit. And so you got to start by learning these laws. You know how you do it. Get this. This is the first part of learning the law. Getting this package. Police stop law package, constitutional rights card. Lets the police know all your rights at a police stop, what they can and they can't do, and what will happen if they violate your constitutional rights. Right down here's the qualified immunity card. These cats are losing qualified immunity every day at this point. So it's really crumbling before their eyes because it's so much attention brought to it now. So this lets them know how they lose that qualified immunity if they knowingly violate your constitutional rights, which is why you always get them on camera violating your constitutional rights. Whenever you see a popo, pull that damn phone out. Boop, hey, officer. You pull that damn camera out. Right here is the qualified immunity notice. This lets them know all the constitutional right. The Supreme Court cases that state that how they lose that qualified immunity if they knowingly violate your rights. It's all right here. So this stays in your car, and you hand this to a police officer anytime they pull up, and you say, "I don't answer questions." Go ahead and read that right here. Then in the meantime, you already know, here's the Know Your Rights manual, so you can get proficient at knowing your rights and telling the police officers what your rights are and how they violated them. You want to get proficient at it. Don't just rely on, hey, officers, know what you're talking about. Have confidence in the law when you're talking to the police officers, because confidence is honestly 80% of some shit. 80%. You speak with confidence to the police, they back up. They like, hey, no one talks to us like that. He must know something. Most of them actually believe that, but know what you're talking about. Don't say fake it. Actually know what you're talking about. This gives you the confidence. Knowing the law gives you the confidence to talk to the police officers like that. Now, should you be talking shit and all that when you know? No, don't do that. But speak with confidence and make sure that they don't violate your rights. You don't have to back down, excuse me, or be belligerent or warlike to stick up for your rights. Most people think that you got to argue. No, you don't got to do that. I know my rights, and I'm gonna stand firm in my damn square, in my concrete stance. So right here is how you do that. Know Your Rights manual. This teaches you all the things you need to know about traffic stops in the car, excuse me, and police stops on foot, which are called Terry stops. All right, make sure that anytime a police officer comes up and talks to you, that they suspect you of committing a crime, in the midst of committing a crime, or about to commit a crime. And if they don't, you don't have to talk to them at all. Period. You guys have to know that. You have reasonable suspicion. When they walk up, you say you have RAS. They know what that is. Reasonable, articulable suspicion. When they say you talk like that, they're going to know you know more than the average person. And they're going to step back a little bit because they don't want to get into some shit where you can come back and get them later. That lets them know, that lingo lets them know that you're not a regular person. You're someone who knows something about their rights and can possibly come back and get them later if they violate those rights. So they ease up a little bit. So just know that. When you know the law, you get them. Then when they really do violate those rights, you already know. We just talked about it. Get that bond. There it is right here. Go get that bond. When you get that bond, you go after that bond, there's nothing they can do. They have to, excuse me, when that bond investigation is going, they can't work until the bond investigation is satisfied. So even if you lose the investigation, which you shouldn't, if you got your right violation on camera, you should never lose that investigation. But if you do, even still, while the investigation is going, the police officer can't work because they can't be on the job without the bond or with the bond in question. Because if they do fuck up and they don't have the bond, then that means the city is liable for whatever they do after that. So they can't work, or they can't work on the street in public where they'll be liable. They got to be somewhere in the office filing papers or some shit somewhere. So that's how you get back at these niggas. Right here when they violate your constitutional rights. All right. Excuse me. And then, like we said, this is the religious vaccine exemption card. You can only get this on knowyourrightsfoundation.org. And this is for businesses that you work at or businesses who are trying to keep you out with a vaccine mandate. Even though they're taking down the vaccine mandates right now, they still have them up in a lot of places around the country. So if they do have them up around here, you can take this and submit this to the business owner and let them know that they're personally liable for discriminating against you for they're violating your religious exemption right, which is basically Title VII of the 1964 Civil Rights Law. All right, they're discriminating against your religious belief. All right, so this right here, and it also comes with Also comes with the paper right here. Let me see. Actually, that's not. This is. So that was the Spanish one. So it comes with, this is the study sheet right here, so that you know and be confident in your laws that you're telling to the business owner when you're telling them that right here. All right. And then we also have, like I said, we have it in Spanish. We have the package in Spanish now. So knowyourrightsfoundation.org. You can go there, click on the complete police stop law package, and we have it in Spanish. So we have the Know Your Rights manual. This is in Spanish, even though it says it's English at the top. In here, inside the book, it's Spanish, as you can see on the back of the book. That's Spanish right there. So this whole book is Spanish. Also, we got the bond book in Spanish, as you can see. We got police stop flashcards. We have them in English and Spanish. So you should be sitting with your kids, about 30 minutes a day, every other day. So it's the English, got the Spanish. So please, everybody, now there's no excuse for you not knowing your rights. Whether you don't speak English, you speak whatever. There's no excuse. The only thing you got to do now is sit your ass down and take the discipline and learn this stuff. All right. Also got volume. We got them two volumes. Volume 1, Volume 2, and we also got Volume 1 and Volume 2 in Spanish. So there's no reason. If you want it for free, make sure you go to realnagas.com and get the Great Book of Melanin Research. I'll give you the Police Stop Law Package for free with only 1 deck of cards. So, not 2. Only 1. It only comes with 1 deck of cards. You can specify which one you want when you get the book, either deck 1 or deck 2, but you only get 1 deck. If you want the Police Stop Law Package just by itself, go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org and just order the package. We have the full 3 packages over there. You can get one of the packages with the vaccine exemption card. One of the packages comes with the card in it, because you can't get it from me. If you order the package from me, it's not coming with this. That ended last month. All right, so please don't hit me up and be like, yo, I thought the vaccine card was coming in the package. No, if you're getting it from me, just get the regular Police Stop Law package. Go to knowyourrightsfoundation.org. This is in one of the packages, not all 3. There's the Police Stop Law package number 3. All right, so I'm giving y'all all the shit that y'all need to go back and smash on these niggas. If you don't do it now, that's up to y'all. And please volunteer. Everybody, we're trying to build up this organization. See, Know Your Rights Foundation, we're building it up. We need these vehicles to be as powerful as possible, because this is what's coming. We have to be together in these massive organizations and corporations and foundations, because these are the vehicles that are taking over in this new reset that they've created. All right, being individual, they're smashing on individual rights. You got to collectively come together in a vehicle that's powerful enough to be able to challenge them. And what's more powerful than a vehicle that's called Know Your Rights Foundation? Nothing. When they're trying to steal your rights, there's nothing else you can be more powerful in than an organization that's dedicated to teaching your rights and in a way that makes you like Rambo with your rights when they're coming for your rights. So you do the mathematics and see if it's worth it to join in. But if you want to volunteer, knowyourrightsfoundation.org. We're teaching everybody the law. This is what we're doing. You come in, we teach you the law, and then you become a representative for Know Your Rights Foundation in your city, your state, wherever you want to be. You collectively get with people and create those organizations there. But we teach you the law first. We teach you the law. So, and you get with a community of people. When we get in here, we clown, we have fun. It's not some stiff ass shit where we're talking about, and flip your books to page 27. The referendum of the Know Your Rights, and we don't do all that bullshit. The jurisprudence of the science. No, we don't do that. We get in there, we have fun. we talk crazy, you talk crazy back, and we make it a good environment. Conducive for you learning very quickly. So get on over there and volunteer. If you've been on the bubble about it, you need to learn your rights. If you got kids, you know damn well you need to learn your rights and be able to help pass that on to your children. So no more excuses. Get on over there, knowyourrightsfoundation.org. If you want the package with the Great Book of Melanin Research, go to realnagas.com, and that's it. All right. Y'all see my voice is getting crazy right now? That's because I have not had my turkey burger. Turkey burger time. All right, y'all. I'll let y'all in a minute. Peace.